Hi, I'm going to take you through two separate taping techniques that you can try to reduce the pressure on your Achilles tendon and decrease the pain. The first one is called a Lodi tape. This will work really well if your foot caves in when you walk, as it is designed to help to support the arch of the foot. The second tape is there to help prevent the foot from bending up too much into that dorsiflex position. This movement of the foot is often what will aggravate insertional Achilles tendinopathy. I would recommend that you try both techniques to see if either helps with your pain. You will know in a day or two if the taping is helping. If not, feel free to remove it, no harm done. Make sure also that you aren't allergic to tape and that you have full sensation around the foot. If you are allergic, you can peel off skin with the tape or it could get infected, so don't even go there. Even if you're not allergic, I would recommend taking the tape off after at least 3 days or before it starts to itch. This is because your skin will eventually become irritated and react, and I want to prevent unnecessary complications. So take it off after 3 days and let the skin breathe for a day. If it was beneficial, you can reapply it again. Keep in mind, these taping techniques are not long-term fixes. They are there to provide some pain relief as you continue with your exercise program. The thing that will improve this problem is load through the tendon, which gradually increases as the tendon adapts. So this is called the Lodi taping technique, and it helps to keep your foot arched up as you go. So what I want you to do is measure off a piece of tape, whatever tape you're using the non-sticky side so that you can get where you need to be. The tape should start from the knuckle of your foot here, wrap around behind your heel and end up just before the end of the start of the fifth toe. So once you've got the right length, just rip it or cut it. When you place the tape on, place the tape and then you want to arch your foot slightly and place the tape on like this. Follow the tape around the back of your heel and up the side to finish there. Now that tape could have been a fraction longer, so for me, I'm just going to add another little bit at the end. Once you have the first initial tape down, the idea is to start from the outside of the foot and wrap the tape around to the front. So I'm going to get another little bit of tape, put it on here, pull up as I wrap around, not too tight, but a little bit, and rip the tape. We're going to try this a couple more times. This is helping to support the arch of the foot. So start on the outside, pull up as you wrap around, and then end the tape. I'm going to do that 2 more times so you cover most of the surface of your foot. 1 there, pull up and around, and rip the tape. I'm going to do 1 more so I get good coverage on that bottom part of my foot. 1 here, pull up on the tape and wrap around and end. When you're happy, I probably could have gone 1 more up and I might do that now very quick. When you're happy with the amount of coverage on the foot, it's time to start the last piece of tape. The last tape wraps and follows the line of the first tape. This holds everything in place, so it is important that we get a nice strong tape that goes all the way around and finishes up here. Now is the time where you would get up and walk to see how sturdy this tape is and to see if it's pulling everywhere. We're going to do that now. I'm just going to put my foot on the floor to see how it feels. This is extremely comfy. You might feel some pulling, especially here is where it may pull on the tape, and you might have to just loosen it a little bit. For me, it feels really good. So the last bit of tape to lock this in position is just on the front of the foot, from one side to the other, and then you're done. Hopefully this will result, if it works, in a decrease in your heel pain. Now with insertional Achilles tendinopathy, it's important that you don't go right over the insertion of the heel. You might even need this a little bit lower than I have it here to keep compression away from the end of the heel. I hope this tape works. I've got one more if this one doesn't. So this next taping technique helps to prevent dorsiflexion of the foot. We talked about dorsiflexion earlier. That's where the foot bends back too much. So to do this, get your tape. You're going to put one, what we call an anchor, which is just a tape that goes around the circumference of your calf. Make sure this tape isn't too tight. You don't want it cutting off circulation, so just loosely place it on. It shouldn't be tight at all through there. And then you're going to do the same thing to your lower foot here. Just a tape that goes all the way around, but again, no pressure. Just lightly put the tape on, rip it, so that you have something to work from. Now, we want to prevent this movement of the foot. So what we're going to do is keep our foot in a slightly neutral position. If you bend it too much like this, you won't be able to walk on it. So keep your foot here. Start on the outside of the foot. You're going to cross the heel and bring the tape up to where we started here. Rip the tape, and then it's just going to rest on that anchor. The tape won't stick right around here, and that's okay, it doesn't have to. The next part is we're going to start inwards on the foot, and we're going to do the same thing. Make sure your foot's in that neutral position. Wrap around, perform a cross on the bottom of the heel, and you're going to finish the tape on the other side. I'll move my legs so you guys can see. On the other side of the heel, like that. Okay. Last tape, we'll go straight down the center. We're going to start in the middle of the foot here. We're going to go straight down the center of your heel, and it's going to end up on the back of your leg, just like this. Alright, so this tape sort of mimics where your Achilles tendon goes. Now to finish this one, just a quick lock off again on the top and the bottom. You don't need to go the whole way around, but this just helps to lock in those straps on one side. And I'm going to do that to the heel, to the foot as well, on this side. And then just rip that tape. So as you can see, now I can't fully bend my foot back. The tape will stop me. As I walk on that, it's going to prevent me from going into too much dorsiflexion. Okay? So I can walk on that comfortably, and you'll feel it just act as a bit of a spring or a block for your foot so it doesn't go into that position too much. Thanks, that's the last taping technique I have for you guys. I hope one of them really helps.